My name is Lee Walker, and I was working for a firm called Hazen & Clark Incorporated. Well, Don Materney was the president just ahead of me, and Don Herrick was the vice president while I was president, so he was coming in the next year after me. Well, of course, the immediate issue was to get Expo 74 opened, which was, I saw in my notes there was $60 million worth of work done on the site, not counting all the work done throughout the city dressing things up. Well, $60 million in 1974, that would be $1.5 billion today. So that's how big the projects were that had to get done by May 4th. Absolutely, it's going to open. Well, that was the year that labor negotiations were going on that year, and we successfully completed negotiations with 5 crafts, and then the iron workers went off on a tangent and resulted in a 7-week strike. But unfortunately, there was great cooperation with the labor unions and with management throughout Expo. There were no stoppages during Expo, and otherwise that would have been disastrous. So. Well, we had 2 projects at Expo. One was the Australian Pavilion and one was the Philippine Pavilion. So those certainly were foremost in our thoughts. It was mixed. Expo, of course, was a big shot in the arm, but the economy in general was not that great. It was a time of high inflation, high interest rates. Interest rates in 1974 were over 9%, and so projects were going over budget and being canceled. Highway and heavy got hit pretty hard. There just weren't projects coming out from the government that year. It was a year of squeeze. And the highway projects in this area were 20% less than the year before. So the construction industry in general was not that great at that time. But we did have this nice shot in the arm, like I said. Well, we were fortunate, and we had a veteran staff, and of course Merv was an excellent executive director, and we did add 2 people that year. We added Roel Harrigus for public relations. He had been working for us as a consultant, and we decided we needed him full-time, and that was great. We added Monty Geiger, who came to us from the Seattle AGC, and of course he brought a lot of talent with him, so that was a big help for us too. Well, Hazen & Clark was the family firm. My grandfather was J.L. Hazen, and I might mention he was a president of AGC long before my time, but so my brother and my cousin and myself all migrated back to the firm when we got done with our military service, and so that's how I got us started in the company. Oh, one of the last projects was doing the Richland campus for WSU when they opened that campus down there. We worked on community college at Walla Walla, worked on several school projects, I guess, around. Well, the industry back in 1974 was unionized pretty much totally as far as commercial and public construction was concerned. Non-union people were doing houses and apartment houses, but so over my career that changed, and things became not necessarily unionized. So today, some projects are union and some projects are non-union, and it seems to work all right. There was a lot of fighting going on before that ever got established, I think. But maybe I'm not that close to it, but it doesn't seem to me like there's the wars going on that used to go on between the union and non-union. Well, we felt like the industry needed a representative that does the things for them that AGC does. And so we felt it was well worth the investment in dues to have that work being done by the AGC staff. We are the AGC.